Have you ever seen an old film? I mean an old film. The kind of thing they made when film cameras were a new invention. Sometimes they're not very good, but sometimes you can find a real gem, a diamond in the rough, the type of thing that you'd never see get made today. Animation has some similar gems that often get overlooked. Everyone knows about Steamboat Willie, but someone who remembers Out of the Inkwell is harder to find. Today, I want to show you an underrated pioneer of the animation industry, Fleischer Studios. Fleischer Studios was founded in 1929, but its history begins 10 years earlier, with the Out of the Inkwell series of short films. These were partially experiments, but also a way for Max Fleischer to show off his new technology called rotoscoping. What is rotoscoping? I'm glad you asked. Rotoscoping is a way of animating where you draw over pre-existing film to create smooth, realistic motion with animated characters. It's not as commonly used nowadays, but at the time, it was revolutionary. These shorts featured Coco the Clown and various fourth-wall breaking hijinks, from animating characters of his own to jumping off the page and causing havoc in the studio. These shorts are great bite-sized pieces of early animation that explore the medium in ways that you don't see as often these days. They remind me of the Animator versus Animation series of Flash cartoons, where the similar premise of an animator's creation breaking free of the limitations of its format and forming an antagonistic relationship with its creator. In some ways, the Out of the Inkwell series is more daring than its modern counterpart in its use of live-action footage and rotoscoping to bring a better illusion of life to the characters. Out of the Inkwell ran from 1918 to 1927, until it was bought by Paramount and rebranded as Inkwell Imps, continuing until 1929 with the final short titled Chemical Coco, releasing on August 26th. Max and his brother Dave Fleischer founded Fleischer Studios later that same year. They started with a fresh series, Talk Cartoons, as well as a short showing off the new technology of sound on film. The addition of sound opened up a new era of Fleischer cartoons, with the already rhythmic motion of their shorts becoming even more captivating with music scoring the smooth animation. This was also helped by the fact that during their time making Out of the Inkwell, they also produced a series of shorts titled Coco Sing Cartoons, which were an early precursor to karaoke. Talk Cartoons also served as a way for Fleischer Studios to create new characters to animate, such as Bimbo the dog, which was intended to replace Coco as the studio's new mascot. He went through several redesigns and started many shorts, but nobody could have expected what came next. In 1930, Fleischer Studios released their seventh talk cartoon, Dizzy Dishes, which featured an anthropomorphic dog caricature of Helen Kane, a famous singer at the time. She served as a love interest for Bimbo, being a side character in her own cinematic debut. Her name? Betty Boop. Betty Boop is a character so of her time, it hurts. Her flapper attire, makeup, and hairstyle all absolutely scream early 1930s. Although she is still recognizable and popular today, she is surprisingly untouched by time. Betty Boop was a huge success at the time, and Paramount encouraged Fleischer to continue developing her character. Bimbo and Betty began showing up in similar amounts, until even Bimbo was sidelined to make room for Betty. Her design was changed as time went on, becoming a full human instead of a dog person like Bimbo by 1932. She would become the main star of the talk cartoons, and even be given her own series. Her flapper style was a hit amongst Depression-era audiences, with her contrasting ditzy innocence and attractiveness making for an entertaining parody of a lot of live entertainment. She also helped promote multiple black musicians such as Louis Armstrong, Don Redman, and Cab Calloway. This was a rather bold move, as the South was still under the Jim Crow laws, meaning that those cartoons wouldn't even be allowed to air in certain parts of the country. She was subversive, even becoming the first fictional female president in a short that was a scathing critique of the sitting president Herbert Hoover. However, this wouldn't last forever, as Hollywood would implement the Hays Code in 1934, which contained many guidelines for films and animations to follow in order to be more moral. Because racism was still widely popular at the time, there was a clause banning miscegenation in film, which included the cross-species relationship of Bimbo and Betty. Faced with a difficult decision, Fleischer Studios stopped creating new cartoons with Bimbo shortly after. That's right, the Hays Code killed Bimbo. Bimbo may have been gone, but a new male mascot had already stepped up to take his place. In 1933, Fleischer Studios began making cartoons with a character so popular that he would even surpass Betty Boop. That's right, Popeye the Sailor made his debut, quickly becoming a smash hit. His cartoons were insanely popular, outdoing Mickey Mouse himself. They also began producing cartoons in color, making their shorts pop even more than before. He remains one of the two most recognizable characters of Fleischer Studios today, and it's not hard to see why. I have never seen a bad Popeye cartoon, and I've seen a fair amount. Its distinct rubber hose style is still fantastic to watch to this very day. I know I don't have much time left, so I just want to end this by telling you to please watch some old Popeye cartoons if you haven't yet. They're amazing. Fleischer Studios is an important part of animation history, making characters and cartoons still recognizable to this day. Their use of dirty urban environments and energetic animation styles create a feeling that is rarely replicated, even by those trying to imitate their work. Fleischer Studios tends to be regarded as the studio that lost to Disney, but I propose you look at them on their own, without comparison, and see how they hold up. I promise you won't be disappointed. And if you are disappointed, let me know. I'd love to know what you didn't like. And as always, stay animated, Indiana.
Do you like anime? Do you like science? Want to learn to build a bomb?
Ohio, Sakai, good morning, wow!
Yo, what's up, Animation Nation fans? My name is Nick, and today I'm gonna tell you a bit about Dr. Stone, one of my favorite animes out there right now. There really is no show quite like it. Not only is it super entertaining, but it also makes you learn stuff. Now, maybe saying,
Nick, learning's boring. Why would I ever want to learn stuff? Also, you suck.
and I mean, you don't have to be so rude about it, but you're correct. Learning sucks. However, Dr. Stone manages to do it without you ever realizing it. It's incredibly well paced, and everything is explained so anyone can understand. I'm gonna try not to spoil too much, but if you don't want spoilers at all, I highly suggest watching the show yourself, okay? So, in the beginning of the show, the world is absolutely trolled, like it's rough, bro. Everything turns to stone, years go by, and by the time our main character wakes up, the whole world is back to rock times. You know, like caveman ooga booga times. Uh-oh, what are we gonna do? Luckily, our main character Senku is super smart, like Bazinga Boy from Big Bang Theory, but if he was written like a real human with feelings. Senku wakes up and immediately decides to use those smarts to restore the world and bring back all the homies. Hell yeah! But what other characters do we get to meet in this show? Well, along with Senku, we also have Taiju, who is a himbo, and I love him and would die for him. He's Senku's best bud, and is built like a Chevy truck that's lifted and has monster truck wheels. Like, homie is built to last, and I'm all for it. Then we have Yuzuriha, who is Taiju's love interest, and used to be in charge of the crafts club at school, which basically means she's amazing at creating almost anything. She really doesn't get to shine a ton in the early episodes, but she's also the sweetest character ever, so I don't care, I also love her. Finally, we have Tsukasa, aka the strongest high school primate. You may think, that's a stupid title, I could beat up any high schooler. And that would be your last thought, as the first thing he does in the show is one-shot a lion. With his bare hands. Like, what? This dude is way too strong. But luckily, he would never be a bad guy. I promise. I promise. There are a lot more characters, but I can't talk about any of them without spoiling things, so sucks to be you, go watch the show. Now that you know some of the cast, what happens in the show? Well, without spoiling anything, our boy Senku does some wacky science. He creates tons of things, and the show is scarily accurate about how to make them. Like, when I joked about building a bomb, that was only half a joke. It only takes like 5 episodes before he's like, yo, Taiju, what if we build explosives? And then he does it, and explains how. Like, the show says, don't do this, but I really respect that they accurately explain how to do it. For legal reasons, don't build bombs, kids. For illegal reasons, Hell yeah. Also, the show never stops moving. I don't want to get too into the things he builds because half the fun is finding out what is next. But to give you an idea of what it's like to watch the show, 1 second Senku is like, yo, I just discovered fire. And the next moment he's like, I built a gun. Like, the show moves so fast and it's great. Also, the show's art style is great. I'm gonna show you a few clips that are sort of spoilerish, but not really. It's gonna have characters you don't meet for a bit, but you don't know anything about them, and it's my segment, so I don't care. The show does a great job of switching between realistic and cartoony character designs.
難しいな。なんだかとてつも。
頭がツンツンに。おお、やるじゃねえか、科学使い。
喜べルリー。
Not all shows handle this well, but Dr. Stone uses it perfectly. Also, there are a few recurring visual gags that the show uses, and they are always great. For example, the old dude who is small and frail looking, but is actually jacked. I can't explain more about him, but I love him and he is the best. And finally, this scene that I'm not even going to explain. I think it speaks for itself.
I'm a step from zero. I'm not afraid. 'Cause the world that we want is right here for us.
Also, one last side note. The first intro for the show is amazing, okay? The song slaps, and this little part at the end where Senku looks back really quick, whew, it does something for me. But overall, why should you watch this show? Because science is cool, duh. But for real, dropping the bit for a second, the show is genuinely entertaining. There's so many cool setups that I can't even talk about without spoiling the show. Like, you wouldn't even believe some of the wacky stuff that Senku gets up to. Plus, the characters are amazing. Like, Senku is an asexual icon, and I seriously love him. Not to mention all of the characters I can't talk about without spoiling things. And we haven't even met them all. The newest Dr. Stone to come out was an hour-long special that introduces a whole new main character. It's insane. All in all, you should watch this show. There's so much more fun to be had as it releases, and I hope you'll join me for the ride.
Hello everyone, my name is Don McCarrington and welcome to our game show of Is That Real? And I'm here today with these nerds, so introduce yourselves.
I'm JJ.
I'm Nick.
Hi, I'm Andrew Simon.
Hi, I'm Griffin Brandon, and yes, Griffin is my first name.
Hi, I'm Justin.
Hi, I'm Billy.
Wow, he insults us first. I'm Carson Zdroga.
Hi, I'm Abe Eshelman, and I identify himbo, not bimbo.
All right, and with that, we will be explaining the rules. So the rules are, there are going to be anime plots up here. Some of them are going to be real, some of them are going to be fake. And it's for you guys to determine which one's which. If you guess if it's real or fake, you get a point. If it's real and you can guess the anime, you get an extra point on that. Plus the bonus round is going to be worth 4 points. It's going to be the bonus round is going to be a real anime, and you gotta guess what the anime is.
Okay.
Bet.
And you guys may be wondering, what anime are you guys going to be rating today? Are going to be like trying to figure out? Well, since it's October, Halloween.
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch spooky
Now,
stuff.
can we cut you off, or do you want us to wait until you're done saying everything?
Oh, you can buzz in as soon as you know.
bet.
Like as soon as you know, like just,
You're gonna win.
yeah, as soon as you know,
Probably not. I don't know scary
as soon
things.
as you know, just slap that buzzer and I'll shut up, and then you just go
Bet.
on there.
I'm waiting for Death Note.
Yeah, and what's your guys' experience with horror stuff?
I have not seen much. I know what Berserk is. Berserk is pretty cool. I would say that has some horror elements into it. Some Pokemon episodes can be pretty scary, I personally think. And Cory in the House was a really good anime.
I watched one horror anime. It was bad, so I stopped. Then I watched another one that was on a top 10 worst anime of all time list, so this is gonna go well.
Death Note. That's
right.
about it. I mean,
For me, it's Death Note, Castlevania, Tokyo Ghoul, and High School of the Dead.
I found horror anime interesting, but I haven't watched much horror anime. The first anime I ever watched was Attack on Titan, which isn't a horror anime, but it does have some horror elements to it, at least in the first season. Like there's some episodes that are horrific to say the least. So I don't know. I find it interesting, but I'm probably gonna do horribly here.
I'd say I'm definitely more familiar with horror anime, or at least anime with horror elements, because I've seen a lot more. That being said, I don't know how well I'll be able to guess these. I'd say the most horror anime I have watched is Hellsing Ultimate.
I'm deathly afraid of anything, so not much. I'm very easily scared.
Oh, I watched this horrible anime. It was like 10 episodes, and it was of this guy, and then he got like 2 girls to like him, and then at the end, one of them killed him, and then it was like, then she killed.
I also want to talk, because I can also tell a story about scary anime, because I told people this. When I first watched...
Let's start out with the first one. When a high school student discovered
Death Note.
I was gonna wait for him to start.
That's real and it's Death Note.
Death
Andrew?
Note.
Death Note. That's Death Note.
Yep, Nick, you buzzed in first, so.
That's the only one
I
either
saw
of us
you
are gonna
hovering,
get.
and I was like, oh no.
All right, and here's the next one. The world is in disarray as a boy is forced to live through the nightmare of defeating all of the demons in the 8 gates of hell. I know what you're going to say.
This is drafting. Like the football. They do that. That's what I thought.
False, because I think there's 9 rings of hell.
That is real, and I'm gonna say that is the 7 Deadly Sins.
That is incorrect.
Oh man.
I'm going to say it's not real.
Slayer? It's real?
I don't know an anime by this. I'm gonna say it's fake.
Fake?
Yep, it's fake.
Yeah! There's
All right.
9 gates of hell!
Technical difficulties, we'll And we're back! And we're back. I'm not good at this. Okay, anyway.
We've all been there, Donnie.
On to the next one. Student is called out of the blue by the girl of his dreams and is asked on the...
Yeah, this is true. Wait, superpowered human. Oh, I thought this was High School DxD at first. And I was like, no, there's no way that he'll put this in here. But I think it's true, because this is also kind of the plot to High School DxD.
I'll say it's true. Sasuke has a red eye, I think, at one point, so yeah.
Real is Tokyo Ghoul.
With a single red eye.
That is real, and it's Tokyo Ghoul.
So it's real. I don't see why it wouldn't be real. The single red eye feels like the kind of thing that you wouldn't just make up. I'm gonna guess a title that sounds right, but it's probably very wrong. Is this Tokyo Ghoul?
Sometimes even the wrong answers are the right ones. It is Tokyo Ghoul.
I'm a
I had no
genius.
shot.
I'm a genius.
For a minute there, I thought you guys weren't gonna get that.
He has to eat human flesh. That's a ghoul thing. He's a ghoul. He's got a single red eye. Of course it's real. No one's gonna be like, oh, this guy has a single red eye. When they're making things up, he's a ghoul. And he's from Tokyo.
Gabagool.
He's gotta be the Tokyo Gabagool.
The anime is Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh.
I don't remember Naruto being a horror anime.
Sasuke has a red
It
eye.
is pretty
I knew
scary.
that.
That snake lady is horrifying.
A family moved to an area called the Black Lake. As they settle into their new homes, bizarre particular things start to happen. They say it's from the power of a witch. Some say it's even from a
It's so
spirit.
specific with Black Lake, so...
I think since it's so specific, I think that's false.
Is it My Neighbor Totoro?
It is not.
Oh, it sounds like it. Well, even though it's not that scary. Looks like I'm in quite the dilemma here. I don't know this anime. Is it real though?
I'm gonna say it's fake because it sounds like a horror movie and not an anime.
This is fake, isn't it?
I think that my brain, I almost called you Damien. I don't know why. I think that Donovan came up with Black Lake and was like, they'll fall for this. This is false.
Yep, it is false. Score is 3-4.
You can tell how
No, 3-3.
Yeah, 3-3.
Yeah, 3-3. You guys are tied.
But
All right, next one. It's about the town Hinamizawa, and the people who live there are dealing with Lord Oyashiro's curse. Every year on the night of Wanatage Nakshi, people mysteriously disappear and are even murdered, which is rumored to be a curse, though it has yet to be proven. However, certain people don't believe it, especially with the odd behaviors of some of the residents of Hinamizawa.
I'm gonna say it's true, but I don't know the name of it.
Do you want to try to steal?
I'm going to say the exact same thing. I cannot name a name for the life of me.
This is true because there's no way you could come up with those names.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you doubting my intelligence?
I don't know the name of this anime, but it has to be real.
Real, definitely real.
Higurashi?
I did not know you actually. Yep, it is.
No
Higurashi.
freaking way!
Thank you, AJ. Thank
Curse you, AJ!
It's Higurashi no Nakukoro ni. And honestly, for the people who don't know this,
It's the most messed up anime I've ever seen. And I've
Yeah,
only seen
you-
one episode.
yeah, you see this and it looks like it's gonna be cutie. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's something else.
Next one. In this academy, people are trained to transform into power-living weapons, and the others trained to be their handlers called Meisters. The protagonist is the Meister for a scythe called Soul Eater, and by eating...
Real Soul Eater.
It does exist, and it's called Soul Eater.
This is Soul Eater. This is real. I love this anime.
Yep, it is.
I read to the point where it literally said Soul Eater, and I went, oh, that's a name. That's an anime name. I've heard of Soul Eater before.
I saw Meisters, and I'm like, oh, I know that. I know that, right? I know that name.
You got there
It's
first.
definitely me. It's Soul Eater.
Yeah.
It's true.
I didn't read quick enough.
I didn't
Dang
even
it.
know Soul Eater is scary. It's on my list, so I gotta watch it.
It's more
But
just spooky, I think.
Yeah.
It's dark themes and like dark jokes
That
onto it.
We
There are
both
some,
heard the word Soul Eater, and we're like, wait, hold on.
I forgot to take that out.
I like it though, because it got us.
Yeah.
All right.
You should just throw like the names of shows in between like fake ones, because I would fall for it every time.
Next one. At a first glance, this hotel doesn't seem like anything special, but when the night comes, that's when our young protagonist finds out that there's more to this place than meets the eye.
That's so like broad.
I'm gonna say it's fake.
I'm gonna say it's fake.
This is fake.
Yeah, this is fake.
I think it's fake. The last two were real, this one's fake. And also, like, I do feel like this is just Night at the Museum.
Nice.
It is Night at the Museum.
It's just Night at the Museum, but in a hotel.
Night at the hotel. Yeah.
Okay, on the next one. On a day that starts out like any other day, Japan falls into chaos as the dead inexplicably starts to rise. Those bitten by the undead creatures referred to as them are infected and soon join the horde themselves. Now a small group of friends and strangers must band together to try and survive every day, all the while trying to find their family and friends.
This is true. It sounds very familiar. I don't know the name.
Do you want to try to guess and steal?
I agree it's true, but I have no idea.
I'm gonna say it's fake.
It is.
I'm going to say it's real, but I can't name which one because I feel like there's a million zombie apocalypse stories.
Is this one fake as well?
I don't know the name. I'm gonna say it's real though.
Is this High School of the Dead real?
Yep.
Yeah!
High School of the Dead.
That was the first zombie anime I've ever seen.
The world is overrun with underwater creatures, and as the last survivors of the world, you must travel the world, making allies and finding a way to change the world for the better. I think I heard Andrew's first.
I thought I pressed mine first, I think. But he can go first.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Alright, let's rock, paper, scissors. Oh, yes! Alright, well, it's fake.
Sorry, I kind of interrupted.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna say it's fake.
I must travel the world? Specifically me?
JJ must travel the world.
Yeah, you didn't know that? You're in an anime.
You must travel the world making allies. Yeah.
I think it's fake.
It's fake.
Dang.
You must travel the world? More like
666.
you, the viewer, travel to our subscribe button and subscribe to Animation Nation on YouTube.com.
Click the bell. Oh,
Alright. And final round. Remember, this is worth 4 points. You just have to guess what anime it is. Like I said before, this one is real. You have to guess which one this is, though. All right, and the final one is special breeds of humans are referred to as the Klonis, are born with a short pair of horns and invisible telekinetic hands that kill to protect their host. During her outbreak, she receives a crippling head injury that leaves her with a split personality, someone with the mentality of a harmless child possessing limited speech capacity. In this state of instability, she stumbles upon 2 college students who unknowingly take an injured fugitive into their care, unaware of her murderous tendencies. This act of kindness will change their lives as they soon find themselves dragged into the shadowy world of government secrecy and conspiracies.
What? Yeah, I don't know. What the hell is this anime?
You can take a guess.
Is it fake?
No, I said it was real.
Oh shoot, my bad.
So just guess which anime you think it is.
I know it's gonna be wrong. I'm just gonna throw this random anime out of here, but Death Parade.
Nope.
Spy Family.
Nope.
I got nothing.
You already guessed yours, but
Just taking a random guess. Castlevania.
Race? Nope. No. It's all up to you, Billy. You can keep this game tied, or you can take the lead.
Guess Erased. Guess Erased. It would be really funny. It
Stop
would be
being
the
my
funniest
intrusive
bit.
thoughts right now. Stop it. No.
The funniest
No.
bit right now
No.
is to guess
No.
Erased. Billy, guess Erased. Billy, it would be really funny if you guessed Erased. Won't you shake my hand? Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?
Final answer, I don't know the show. Arrow Manga Sensei.
You fool!
Okay, that's a very unique answer, but you both are incorrect.
Obviously, it's real. It's Elfen Lied.
And he is correct. It is Elfen Lied. And that's it. And that is it. That is the final round of Is That Real? I want to thank everybody that participated in this game. And until next time,
stay animated, Indiana!
You didn't say you. Yeah, somebody didn't say you.
I didn't say you. Because
Okay.
I always just say stay animated, Indiana.
Okay.
You stay animated, Indiana! Better.
The mic.
Carson, why are you shouting it as loudly as you can over my head?
Let's get one.